Lord, this is one of the worst things that ever happened to me.
Friends and family remember a woman police say was hit and killed by a truck while walking along a road in Richmond.
A man is being treated for serious injuries after police say a snake attacked him in a northern Kentucky store.
An Eastern Kentucky family asked for help tonight finding a loved one who disappeared nearly 5 months ago.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening. For the second time today, someone has been hit and killed by a car while walking in Madison County. This latest accident happened near Berea.
State police say they were called to Mount Vernon Road about 8:30 tonight. This is video just into our newsroom. At last check, the road was still closed. The Madison County coroner tells us he is on the scene, but he has not identified the victim just yet. Police say they haven't figured out what led to the person being hit by the car. State police are leading the investigation. We want you to keep checking WKYT.com for the very latest updates. And as we mentioned, this was the second deadly accident in Madison County today. Earlier, police say a woman was hit and killed by a truck while walking along a busy road in Richmond.
It happened about 3 o'clock this afternoon, just off of Berea Road behind Kroger. New tonight, investigators have released the woman's name. Monique Blair talked to some of her friends and family. It's our top story at 11.
You don't ever want to see anything like that.
A few minutes before 3 o'clock on Monday, Brian Daniels was driving on Berea Road when he says he saw something that will affect him forever.
Traffic was stopped and there was this woman laying right there in the street.
Richmond police say 56-year-old Eileen Powell was walking on Berea Road when a 2007 Toyota Tacoma that was leaving the rear Kroger parking lot struck Powell. She was taken to Baptist Health, where she died.
Lord, this is one of the worst things that ever happened to me. It's like losing a daughter, not a daughter-in-law, but a daughter.
Eileen has lived in this trailer park with her husband and her mother-in-law for several years. And Monday afternoon, she was on her way to do something nice for them when she was hit.
I told her today, I said, you want to go down and get us a hamburger from McDonald's? And she's eager to go.
Eileen never made it to McDonald's, but just minutes before the accident, she stopped into the local laundromat, where she was well known and had several friends.
And she stops in and usually gets a Pepsi in the plastic bottle here at the laundromat and sits around and talks to us, and that's what she did today.
She cared for people, you know. She just done everything for me and her husband. She waited on us hand and foot if we needed it. It upset him something terrible, I know.
In Richmond, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And Richmond police are still investigating, but they say the driver of the Tacoma has not been charged. New tonight, firefighters had to cut a woman out of her car after a crash in Lexington. It happened just after 5 this afternoon on North Cleveland Road. Firefighters say a car and a minivan hit head-on as each came around a curve. They say the woman in the car was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Firefighters say the man in the minivan had minor injuries.
It is now being called the worst flooding on record in the Carolinas. Emergency leaders say 11 people have been killed. In South Carolina, hundreds of roads are still closed tonight, and 40,000 people don't have clean tap water to drink because of the flooding. David Begnaud has the latest.
These are some of the catastrophic images as we flew with the National Guard over the state capital of Columbia. This dam, one of 9 that have breached. Dozens of aerial rescues throughout the state, including this woman and her child earlier today in Charleston. More than 150 people have been plucked from flooded homes and stranded cars. This 18-wheeler can be seen slogging through massive floodwaters. Cemeteries have been uprooted. Caskets are floating down streets. Businesses have been demolished. Shelley Manning couldn't believe her eyes.
It's heartbreaking. A lot of time spent by my family.
With floodwater still high here on Timber Lane Drive, residents were returning by canoe.
And here's my house right here.
We caught up with Tyler Bondmuller. His home, 18 feet off the ground, was still vulnerable.
How high was the water? Probably about 25 feet at its highest point. It came up to the banisters up there.
Another neighbor, John Winges, had 20 feet of water in his home. He rescued a family stranded in their attic after receiving a plea for help on Facebook.
They had about 3 feet of air left before the water reached the top of their roof.
With water waist deep in many parts of this city, the governor is telling people to stay home. or at the very least, just stay off the roads. David Begno, CBS News, Columbia, South Carolina.
President Obama has declared a major disaster in South Carolina that makes federal money available to help state and local recovery efforts.
Back here in Kentucky, the weather much better. The new week starting with sunshine and warmer temperatures. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look at your forecast. Jim?
Now, over the weekend, we were under the influence of that same system that brought all of those heavy rains to South Carolina, North Carolina. But that gave way late Saturday night and ended up being really nice for us going into Sunday and today. And even out there tonight, you're looking at generally clear and quiet conditions here in Lexington. There's our live sky cam. It looks wonderful as we look back toward downtown. Temperatures are running in the low and mid 60s. We maxed out close to 80 degrees in a lot of locations today. Tomorrow, I don't think we're quite that lucky. We'll probably be just a little bit cooler with some more clouds trying to drift into the skies. But out there now, very comfortable. We look at Defender and it is quiet across the Commonwealth. Even you see radar moving very slow. Nothing to scan because it's so quiet. Here's a breakdown of everything coming our way here over the next little bit. Naturally, we have some very nice temperatures here. They're a decent little, or a smidge at least, above normal. And then late week changes. That'll take us below normal. So we're above and we're below. We never get back to normal. I'll track that coming up for you here in just a few minutes.
Jim, thank you. New tonight, a bizarre story out of northern Kentucky. Police say a man was attacked by a large python in the reptile shop that he owns.
Police say the man was cleaning the snake's cage at the captive-born reptile shop in Newport this afternoon, but they say the snake bit the man, then wrapped itself around his body. When police showed up, they say they uncoiled the snake from the man's body and managed to put it back into a cage. They say the man was unconscious when they arrived, but they revived him. He was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police say the snake is 20 feet long and weighs about 125 pounds.
She disappeared without a trace nearly 5 months ago, but state police say they have no idea what happened to Natasha Jones. So today they asked for help finding the Knott County mother. New at 11, Sam Smith talks to Jones' grandmother about the family's search for answers.
We love her and we want to know where she's at.
Not knowing where Natasha Jones is has been hard on her grandmother, Ola Chaffins.
Well, everybody's, you know, just hoping and praying that she comes home, but everybody's upset and tore up, and, you know, you just like you're been hung out in space and you're just hanging there.
Chaffins says she last saw her granddaughter here at the house back in May. Chaffins left for a doctor's appointment, and when she came back home, her granddaughter was gone.
That's her two boys, Hunter and Connor. Well, she could be a fun-loving person. Most times she was with her boys and did a fine job with them.
Kentucky State Police are asking for the public's help to find Jones. They've received several tips in this case, but none have led investigators to her. They even drained a pond in the Clear Creek community of Knott County, hoping to find answers, but they didn't have any luck.
Everybody wants her home. That's what we all want.
Jones is 5'7", 110 pounds, with blonde hair and green eyes. Her family has not given up. They want closure.
Regardless of what it is, we want an answer.
In Knott County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The family is offering a $5,000 reward to help bring Jones home.
A new UK basketball season will soon begin, but tonight we have learned one of the players will miss the next month because of an injury. Rob Bromley joins us now with the latest on Dominique Hawkins. Not good news, Rob.
Well, hopefully it is only a minor setback for Dominique Hawkins. He breaks a bone in his right hand in practice over the weekend and will be lost for 4 weeks. Kentucky basketball putting out the word on Twitter tonight. John Calipari said it was bad news to report because Dominique had been playing so well. More confident, was in the rotation. Hawkins undergoes surgery tomorrow. He is expected to be back the first week of November. Of course, Dominique has been one of the Cats' best on-the-ball defenders over the last couple of seasons. He started 9 games for the Wildcats last season.
Rob, thank you. Tonight we have learned legendary golfer Jack Nicklaus will design a new golf course in Jessamine County. According to Nicklaus Design, the 450-acre course will be built near Wilmore and will be called Legacy Point. Plans call for it to have 18 holes along with a clubhouse and an activity center. Jack Nicklaus also designed Valhalla Golf Course in Louisville. The new 21C Museum Hotel in downtown Lexington is now accepting reservations. Crews are still turning the old First National Bank building at the corner of Main and Upper into the hotel. The hotel is now accepting reservations for April 15th and beyond. We did some checking online tonight. Room rates for the night of the Kentucky Derby start at nearly $400.
Tonight, the mother of a Lexington teenager badly injured in a moped crash tells us he was not wearing a helmet.
But 18-year-old Trey Mason's mother says she had bought him a helmet and she's not sure why he didn't have it on. Police say Mason lost control of his moped on New Circle Road on Friday and hit a trailer being pulled by a truck. He's now in critical condition at UK Hospital. His mother says a stranger helped him and stayed by his side until emergency crews arrived.
There was a lady named Donna Martin Cottingham who actually saw Trey get in the accident, and she stayed with him and she prayed. And I would like to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that for a complete stranger that you did not know. I would like to thank you for that.
Mason's mother says he has been able to open his eyes and respond to some questions from doctors and his family.
Tonight, Eastern Kentucky University is offering a $10,000 reward as investigators look for the people responsible for a threatening message. EKU leaders say the message was found last night in a men's restroom in the Powell building. It said, "Kill all by 10/8/15." EKU leaders say they're taking the threat seriously and police have increased patrols on the campus. As a precaution, Model Laboratory School on campus will be closed the rest of the week.
New tonight, we are learning more about the gunman police say killed 9 people and himself at an Oregon community college last week. A law enforcement official says 26-year-old Christopher Harper Mercer ranted in writings left behind about not having a girlfriend. In the writings, Harper Mercer also claimed everyone else around him was crazy. Police also say his mother told them he was struggling with mental health issues.
Tonight, the search continues for any survivors from a cargo ship that sank during Hurricane Joaquin. The Faro disappeared Thursday while en route from Florida to Puerto Rico. The Coast Guard says that 1 body from the ship has been found, but 32 others on board, most of them Americans, are still missing. The investigators say the boat sent out a distress call that it lost power before losing all communication.
New tonight, a grand jury has indicted a Madison County teacher accused of having sex with a student. The Madison County grand jury indicted Brandy Whitaker on multiple charges, including rape, sodomy, sexual abuse, and evidence tampering. Whitaker teaches at Madison Southern High School. Police say she had sex with a 16-year-old student. Whitaker has been suspended with pay.
Lexington Parks and Recreation asking for your ideas for improving the city pools and aquatic centers. And tonight, the results are in. Thousands of people filled out online surveys over the summer. Parks and Rec leaders say that many people suggested an indoor year-round pool, longer pool hours, and a longer pool season, plus adding features like a lazy river or tall water slides. City leaders will discuss the survey results in the coming months.